It's Dustin Gawley here with DGsTV. It's a lazy Saturday, and what do you guys want to do? Let's talk about automotive stuff. That's what I do. I really enjoy this trade. So DGsTV has been awesome over the last couple of years. We've done a great job of hitting some cool technical stuff. You know, I like talking about other things too. So if you like guys hearing me, let's talk about automotive industry and the stigma around it. I was born in '86, so I'm 34 years old right now, and I love this trade. I love automotive in general. I love trucks, I love cars, I love anything with an internal combustion engine. But what I don't like is the black eye that this trade has on it. I have made it probably internally part of my life's challenge to break down those walls of stigma, and I like doing it by educating customers. So I want to take probably, well, as long as I can spew off information, and I like it if you guys give me lots of feedback in these videos of what you want to see. So if there's something you don't like, comment. If there's something you do like, comment. And we'll follow that up in later videos, and we'll get lots of good people watching this stuff. So with no further ado, on to automotive stigmas and those things around it. I hear the story all the time, you know, oh, my mechanic screwed me, or oh, my brother got screwed by his mechanic, and it bothers me. You know, we just had Thanksgiving in Canada here last weekend, and I'm sure everybody's sitting around the table, and what do you chat about? You chat about things in your lives. It's a lot of times I've heard the story in which a customer says, I'm driving my car, I got a 2-3-year-old vehicle, and something broke. So what did I do? I took it to my normal mechanic. He's the guy that does my oil changes, my brakes, my basic stuff. And he told me it was going to cost $2,000. Man, I don't have $2,000. What am I going to do? Well, maybe you don't want to go to the dealership, or you do want to go to the dealership, and neither one is good or bad. Okay, it's just options within that. The dealership, typically people want to stay away from because they feel like the dealership's only doing warranty for them. They feel a lot of times that most dealerships, and again, this is a stigma on a stigma, so don't get me out of context here, they're only interested in just doing what they have to do for warranty and nothing better. So then maybe his mechanic tries to do the job and it's okay, or the mechanic says, this car's just a piece of crap, and sell it. A lot of those I feel like are short-term fixes, frustrations if you will, and those frustrations come from not knowing enough, not taking the time to research. This is a difficult, vehicles we work on every day. We got to know what we're working on as automotive service technicians, and I like that word technicians, not mechanics. There is a difference. It's why I called my company DG's Pro Tech, as in professional technicians. I employ some of the best guys in the industry, as close as they can commute into our company, and we're going to grow with more of that. But it's important that we kind of get back on track here. I would rather see a customer sit around that Thanksgiving table and say, you know what, I went to my mechanic, car was doing something funny, it's $2,000, but I left feeling like I know my car was going to be taken care of. I know that me as a consumer was going to be taken care of. And I think that's the breakdown of communication, clarity and communication. Most mechanics or automotive service technicians did not get straight A's in English, maybe. Okay. Automotive guys are technical. We work with these. We take the connection between this and put it to these and fix those, right? We're math guys, science guys, technical on-hands guys, typically. So a lot of times there's that breakdown of communication between the customer's needs, wants, and expectations, which is one of our golden rules here at DGsTV, matching those up with a budget, and making sure that we get the customer what they need, nothing more, nothing less. Making sure they're taken care of and that they feel taken care of. You guys spend a lot of money on automobiles because that's how people get around these days. Doesn't matter, truck, car, bus, motorcycle, boat, whatever. It's important that you have somebody backing you like a doctor. So change gears with me for a second, no pun intended. My grandfather was a doctor, and he was a general practitioner in a town with 1,000 people. The hospital nearby has 3,000 people, a little place called Wingham, Ontario. And unfortunately, fortunately, let's talk about Paul Pros first. The man, I'm told, I never got to meet him, he passed before I was born, was an amazing general practitioner doctor. Because he was passionate about his patients, I wanted to say clients or customers, but patients. I mean, the guy was doing house calls in the 70s when doctors didn't do house calls anymore. Most people told me he saw beyond, person, place, where they fit within, society, and just cared about taking care of his patients. And that made him an amazing doctor. I've heard those stories many times from random people. It makes me feel warm and good inside, and I like to take that mindset and then tweak it and go, well, how does that fit Dustin Gawley? Well, I could have been a doctor. Probably would have struggled to be smart enough, but I probably could have done it because I could do anything I set my mind to. So instead, I chose to be an automotive technician. But I promised myself I'd be the best damn automotive technician you were going to find. If there's an answer to figure out, I'm going to figure it out. If there's a way to fix this thing, I'm going to do it. Now, keep that within expectations and budget, but that's where my passion for this trade comes from. That's where this stigma I want to break down about automotive guys being those grease monkeys. Everybody remembers that stigma of, the mechanic back in the olden days where there's 2 gas pumps in a 2-bay garage and a little store attached to it, and the guy came out from under the hood when he heard the ding ding over the little things coming into the gas pumps, and he comes out and he's wiping his hands with a grease rag, and then he pumps your gas. You hear about it in all those country songs, and that was awesome in its day. But times have changed. We got to break down that stigma. You got to realize that your technician has, I quoted a new scan tool yesterday at $15,000, and it's what DG's ProTech needs to be able to do what you, the customer, needs. We have advanced tools. We're no different than the electricians remotely putting underground cable, trenching through with their fiber optic, with a remote control. Technology is in this trade. Technicians need to be paid excellent wages for the excellent things they do. And you as a consumer need to make sure that you have a mechanic or a technician working on your vehicle that has either a service advisor in front of them, which is the person you communicate with, or if you're fortunate enough in a place like DG's ProTech where the service advisor helps and the technician comes in to help to keep you informed. So when you have that $2,000 breakdown job, you can get it done. You can feel confident when you leave. You know that A broke, we fixed A, we noticed B was right there, we took care of B, so now we're not going to have a problem with B later on down the road and cost you more money. The stigma that the mechanic is just trying to reach into your wallet and pull all the money out he can is wrong. There are places like that. You don't belong there. Our job at DG's ProTech, and really I believe the whole trade needs to come together, Automotive Speaking, to do a better job of that, right? If the mechanic can't speak directly to the customer because he can't do this, that's fine. But find an advisor that can. The advisor speaks mechanic language, but speaks customer real-world language. Putting those two together makes an excellent team, and that's part of the trade as well. I don't care if you're a great parts person, a great service advisor, a great service receptionist, coordinator, whatever the case may be, you're part of this too. This automotive trade has a black eye. We have the ability to fix that black eye. Our apprentice here at DG's ProTech happened to start trade school, and a lot of it's over Zoom chat because that's the way COVID has got things going. And I was amazed to find out that my apprentice student, during her Zoom calls, one of their first things they were learning was integrity in the automotive world. I went to trade school 15 years ago, and they didn't teach any of that. So that gives me hope that we're moving in the right direction by teaching them at that where they're sponges, they just want to learn. First year apprentices, teach them integrity for the workplace, and hopefully it sticks on long enough. There are great technicians out there. They're few and far between. We need more of them in the trade, and DG's ProTech would gladly take as many of them that want to come and work with us to build a better team, a better lifestyle for themselves as technicians, be compensated well, because they're doing it right for the consumer. It's all about the consumer and the customer. Literally, you guys can make our paychecks happen. But you guys need to be taken care of in a way that you feel taken care of, that you're not being taken advantage of, and that you have a quality job on your automobile. If we do that for the next 30 years, we can break this stigma. And it's doable. And I love, this is the passionate stuff that happens in my head at night when I'm sitting down having a cold one. How do we make this better? How can I do that? How can I spread this message? This is how we do it. We keep doing these DGsTVs. We keep hammering that message out. We keep giving you guys technical knowledge. We get calls every day from all over North America. Emails. I saw these videos. I think you're great. I want to hear more. We're going to give you more. We're going to keep going at this. So I've rambled on way long enough. We do most of these in one shoot, guys. My media guys love it. have this terrible blessing and a curse, gift of the gab, that I somehow picked up through my DNA, but I'll keep sharing it if you guys want to keep hearing it. So make those comments, hit up our social media stuff, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, search DG's Pro Tech, Google, whatever you want to do, and we will all make this better. Consumer, technician, support staff together. DG's Pro Tech, Dustin Gawley, hit me up here. We'll talk to you guys again later.